What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children
Hey,
of all ages? We are here. It is TRIDENTCast time. It is pre-Thanksgiving, stuffing you full of knowledge instead of stuffing you full of stuffing. We've got the green bean casserole of metal ready for you tonight. We've got a cranberry sauce shaped can full of knowledge coming right your way. Um, and we've got a theme song full of that weird Jello salad that they put like the mayonnaise in that nobody ever eats, but your aunt seems to make every year. Coming up right now.
Song. It's
There you
just theme
go.
song.
There you go. It's that's a hot dish. You know that's a hot dish. Oh my god. And we've got, yes, the chat box is up and running. Huzzah! I was working with that earlier. Things were a little wonky on the stream, but how's it going, everybody? This is TRIDENTcast. This is the little fun little podcast check-in rap sesh. You know, if you want to be cool down with the kids, that we do the last
Pastor
Wednesday.
Greg.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, let's just do a little rap sesh here. um, and yeah, the last Wednesday of every month, we are here. We are talking and answering your questions and talking about what's happened in the month. This one is a little special one because it's right before Thanksgiving. So it's you know we haven't, the food coma has not set in quite yet. So how are you guys doing? What's going on tonight? Let's just go around the room and say what we're thankful for.
Wow.
I'll start.
Yeah, like don't bust down the walls or anything.
Today, Alyssa and I were preparing our hot dish for tomorrow. So we're doing pre-cooking.
Yes.
So that we can do more cooking tomorrow. Just so much hot dish. I'll just say that I'm thankful for the fans and take the easy one, but no, but seriously, it's been fun hanging out on Discord and here, and I'm also thankful for just all the technology that enables us to do this shit so that we're not just like stuck in a log cabin and can't talk to anyone. Like, this is great.
And Brent, you took all the best to be thankful for.
Suckers.
That's why you always volunteer first, right?
Yep.
Aki, you're up.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not up to much today. I've just kind of been, I don't know, just kind of doing nothing and kind of sleeping, watching some videos, playing some guitar. I work at a grocery store, so this is normally the busiest week of the year. So, like, I just did 2 12-hour days. So I've just kind of been in a coma today. But yeah, no, I guess I'm thankful for definitely things Brent mentioned. I've been fortunate enough that all my friends and family and my fellow bandmates too have stayed well during this pandemic. So I think that's just something always on my mind. Yeah.
All right, Brett.
Oh boy. Well, no, I think everybody's saying all the right things, and I'm piggybacking on most of that. But no, there really hasn't been too much going on. I mean, with the new quarantine in place, there's just been a whole lot of hanging. I guess I'm glad that I have good people to be around while I'm at home. My new wife and all that. Nice, good amount of animals to hang out with, and I'm thankful for beer.
Oh, you got dragons. You got dragon's milk going on there.
We're going all out tonight, boys.
Very good. Very good. All right, Brian.
It's a fine night to do so. I am thankful for my wife, Andrea. This is our, I feel like I've told this story before, but this is our unofficial anniversary.
Ooh.
In 2006, we were both out at the completely packed bar in Monroe on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and that is where we first kind of said hi to each other and traded numbers.
Aha.
So we weren't official for another quite a while after that yet, but or close to another year. But that was where there was this night in 2006 that kind of first contact was made, and things went from there.
Oh, so it's your date-iversary.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for our 2 new cats that we have. They're great. They're adorable. They're super lovey and cuddly. And I'm thankful for booze.
Snowdrift vanilla porter, very nice.
Yes.
I'm drinking the last of my 2 Leffe Brun, and I am super thankful for everything. I'll echo everything that everybody just said, especially for the technology to get together, especially for the technology to stream to people and hang out with people, Discord, Twitch, YouTube, the whole shebang. I want to give a very special bit of thankfulness for our Patreon backers, because we are ending the year on a high note, in that we are not only getting very close to like wrapping up writing the next album, but we're also all getting custom molded in-ear monitors. So if you ever wondered what the inside of Brett's ears look like, I'll tell you.
Always wondered.
Yeah, they look exactly here. I'll put this right up on the screen here. They look exactly like this.
They were so big that they had to do them twice.
Ladies.
Yeah, ladies. So some of you might be wondering what the heck we're talking about, and basically we moved over to doing like in-ear monitoring, so that you have kind of like headphones that go in your ears that you can monitor your sound with, which has given us the capability to do things like stream our do our live streams, do our live stream concerts and all that sort of stuff. But the nice thing is that the sound, we could be playing in like a bar in Kentucky, or we could be playing on at the Madison Square Garden or whatever, and the sound would be the exact same in our ears night to night. So we don't have to deal with like drunken sound guys, giving us a horrible mix. Like, we've got it all set. One of the issues, of course, is keeping those headphones in your ears, because you know me, I'm like flailing around the stage all the time, and like I don't know, fist pumping and whatever it is I do on stage. I don't know, I just kind of black out mentally, and then I just wake up after the show's done. So the rest of the guys know what I'm talking about. So
you should talk about Hot Dish at least once.
Oh yeah, I usually do.
This is becoming a Hot Dish cast.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get these things called custom molded in-ears, where they basically take kind of like a caulking gun and shoot it in your ear canal, and then this mold forms in the ear canal, and that'll basically create a mold of your ears. Then you send that off to a company that makes these high-end headphones, and they will mold the headphones like to your ear canal, so that they slide in perfectly, they stay in place, they block all the sound, and it's super weird getting a caulking gun like shot into your ear canals. But man, if those earbuds don't fit perfectly, oh my god. I got a set done, and Brian, you got a set done too, right?
Yep.
Of not in-ear monitors, but in-ear like custom molded earplugs for concerts. And oh my god, I would not trade those for any other earplug ever. They are so good.
Yeah,
I got those too.
They're very nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. So thanks to the support of our Patreon backers, we're able to do that, which is absolutely fantastic. I will also let everybody know that, see if I can bring this up without destroying the I probably can't, but all right, let me just see if I can do this off camera. Let's switch things over here, so it's doing it sneaky. We just like every soulless blackened hearted corporation, we're having a Black Friday sale. So, as a way of saying thank you to all of our friends and fans and the people who support us, boom, there it is. 20% off of everything in the merch store. Black Metal Friday through Cyberdyne Systems Monday. All you got to do is use the code TRAMPLE2020 at
It's my favorite code of the year.
Cyberdyne Systems Monday. I love that.
Yep. So, and if you're on the
Cyberdyne
Patreon,
Systems Model 101.
Brian got the reference. If you're on the Patreon, you got an extra special Black Friday coupon code for 35% off. So, that's what
I'll tell you what. Ty is doing an obligatory 14-hour day that day, so you better buy something just to make it worth his while. Because he's on the clock for 14 hours that day either way.
These guys won't let me quit. They're like, we need more lyrics. I've written them all. No, do them again, but this time do them in Esperanto. Yeah, we need an Esperanto version of the album.
Tough but fair.
I wonder if anybody actually has come out with like music, like an album completely in Esperanto.
I've not heard one.
Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Esperanto? Like Aki, I know you know what Esperanto is, right?
Oh, I know too.
I'm afraid I've forgotten. I got the other reference, but I'm not.
So it's just me and Brent that knows what Esperanto is. Oh my gosh. So there was this time, I don't know, Brent, was it like the 60s, 70s maybe?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, there was a time when they tried to basically some linguists tried to put together English and Spanish and kind of 1887.
Yeah.
Well,
damn hippies.
And they tried to form a new language. Oh, Strange PhD subscribe with Prime. Thank you, Strange PhD. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And they kind of like formed it together to make it like a really easy language to learn and speak. And they'd really tried to push it like let's make this thing a thing. And it just never became a thing. So
it's supposed to be easy to learn. They took like the most logical parts of a bunch of languages and mashed them together. Yeah.
So that there you go. There's Esperanto. Speaking of Black Friday, speaking of this weekend, we also have another great surprise coming to you Black Friday. Not only will you have the ability to trample to our store, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of your women, but our next album, our next full acoustic album, will be available on Black Friday on Bandcamp, and we will be taking physical pre-orders. We'll be taking orders, but we don't have the physical product in yet. Anybody who's on the Patreon at the $5 level or above will get all of the files emailed to them on Black Friday, and we will also have anybody who is at the $8 level or above will be getting a physical CD. Anybody who's at the $10 level or above will be getting a physical CD and a copy of the Corpse Killer shirt, as long as you've already we're on the Patreon this month, basically. So that is coming to your doorsteps, people, before the end of the year, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be great. So
rad. Long time coming.
Long time coming. Yeah, we're
actually pretty good too.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's not half bad.
Well, it's like we got what 90% of it done before the first quarantine, before the first lockdown hit.
Yeah,
and then we just had to sit on it like for the next 2 or 3 months.
Oh no, we had to sit on it for like 7 months. We sat on that like we had what did we have? We had like one solo and like a drum track or something, or it was something that we had just like 2 parts that we hadn't finished yet, and we were gonna do them right after we got back from. We had them actually scheduled for the weekend or for that week that we all went into quarantine, and that was gonna be like when we wrapped it all up, and then I think we finally wrapped it in like August, maybe.
I don't remember, but that sounds more or less right. I
Yeah,
guess.
time has no real meaning. Truffle 80.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Truffle 85. Would you guys consider doing a metal cover of Gaudette? Does anybody? I'm not sure what that is. Truffle. What is that? Anybody know?
It's a sacred Christmas carol thought to have been composed in the 16th century.
Oh,
I
Brian,
don't know that. I'll have to listen to that.
That was my own words.
Are you just making shit up, Brent?
No, I looked up in Wikipedia.
Okay. Wikipedia, are you making shit up?
Almost certainly.
That sounds cool though.
I'll have to look in. I'll look into it. I'll see what it's like. I honestly don't know the piece, so.
Yeah. So go ahead, Brian.
I wanted to give a special shout out to the. Oh no! So we have the Spanish version of
Death Dealer.
Death Dealer, yes. And I wanted to give a shout out, and now I'm.
Leisha.
Thank you, Leisha. I want to give a shout out to Leisha and Jesse for their help in giving us viable Spanish lyrics. I reached out to them to kind of see if they'd be willing to help, and of course they were, because they're awesome supporters of the band and super enthusiastic. So she went to town, being a native Spanish speaker, and really knocked it out of the park for us. So then Ty could give us a full kind of Spanish bossa version of Death Dealer, which I was incorrectly translating as El Vendedor de Muerte.
Yeah, I almost put that in like on the CD, and then I looked it back up, and I'm like, oh boy, good thing we didn't make that mistake.
I forget what the actual title is, but Brett really went all out and put a ton of cool auxiliary percussion and stuff on it, and so that track is we really kind of put Death Dealer through the ringer, I think.
If you've ever wanted to,
it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you've ever wanted to hear Lords of the Trident, but with a samba whistle, this is the track for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just gave away the best part of the whole thing.
Well, it's every time I listen to that track, it still hits me when that comes in. I go like, ah.
I'll still claim that as one of my most genius moments ever. Like one of my most musically genius moments. Just
I didn't know that was you.
Just so clever.
Yeah, I mean, Brett came in with like 40 different drums, and I'm like, oh, what are we doing today? And he's like, oh, well, we're doing the Spanish Death Dealer, so like, we need 40 different drums. I'm like, okay, cool. and then he's like, hey, I brought this samba whistle. I don't know if we want to add it in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, yes.
Right. Perfect spot to put it.
Yep.
You'll just have to wait and find out.
That one and like 0 Hour, I think, are my favorites acoustics that we did, and it's like, I don't know, the first two tracks of our last album, kind of funny.
Still like your little bass fill before the first verse in the acoustic version.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be ridiculous.
For those of you keeping score at home, the acoustic version of 0 Hour was on the first one we put out.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, check it out, look it up. Do we still have physical copies of that available?
Oh yeah. We have people have been buying physical CDs, and we've got that's called Pull the Plug. That's available in the Bandcamp, available on our merch store if you want a physical copy. All of the CDs, of course, are pay what you want. I think the funniest thing would be if you chose like a CD price, pay what you want, and then you applied, the 20% off coupon to it. That always gets me when that happens. It's somebody's like, yeah, I'll pay $5, and then they put like a coupon on it, and it's like, you could have just, well, okay, that's fine, that's all right, cool.
They didn't want to pay
that guy at that
$4.
show that was like, I'm going to give you $1 and then 20% off.
Yeah. Oh man. So
well, when we employ this strategy, that is a kind of factored in risk, but That's absolutely the exception and not the rule. Many people are super awesome and very generous. So
yeah, it's really only happened where people pay like under the price that we would have sold it for, like if we put a price on it. That's only happened like maybe I can think of maybe like 5 to 6 times ever since in the 5-6 years we've been doing it. So maybe like once a year that'll happen, but it's super rare, super duper rare.
Yeah. Which seems shocking at first until you employ it, and then it actually works really well.
Oh yeah.
So,
hey, we just got an order. Speaking of that, we just got an order came in from Jacob Daniels. Did he use the coupon? Let me see. I'm gonna see. Oh man. He did. Jacob Daniels. Thank you so much for your order. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's coming up. Guys, we have a packed Thanksgiving weekend. We've got the cast tonight. We've got the release of Power Outage, the next acoustic album. That's on Friday. And then on Saturday, the event that the entire world is waiting on with bated breath, the Drunken Quarantine Karaoke #3. I am so excited. I've got so many costume changes planned. We've got a list of really interesting original songs that I have not drunkenly quarantine karaoke'd before. I've been doing the I've been like practicing the Macarena like for the entire week. Not because I don't know it, but because I don't know if you guys have listened to the Macarena recently. But there's like a singing portion that's in English that's not the like, and I'm gonna butcher that, by the way, because I'm gonna be really drunk. I'm gonna be like, play Macarena, the kiss so disappointed. Hey Macarena. But there is a portion of the song, the remix that everybody knows, that's in English, and
cheating 3-way.
I forgot how horrible the singer is. Like, she's like not a good. This is what I want everybody to do after the TRIDENTcast. I want you to go listen to the Macarena again, and just like you will not believe how bad of a tone this singer has. It's crazy.
It's like the whiny female, like teeny bopper part during the verses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little flat. It's just bad.
If you listen to the lyrics, it's fucked up. Like, I used to listen. They had us listen to that in like first grade, and it's about like cheating on your boyfriend with 2 other dudes.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
But it's a fun dance, so that's cool.
Yeah. John Walter, happy Thanksgiving to the most outrageous metal band lords of the Trident, from John and Linda Walter. Sorry I got on a little late. Is that your dad? Is your dad coming? Oh, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
We go for over an hour, so you're not late at all. You're right on time.
Yeah. We're just talking about the Macarena, so like you made it at the perfect moment, basically.
Real quality material going on over here, guys.
This is the content that people came to see from the most metal band on earth, is Macarena breakdowns. It's like. But yeah, one of the other songs that I'm really excited for, and I'm also I'm also really kind of afraid to do, is Avantasia's The Raven Child. It's a like I'm really excited to sing it, but it's a 12-minute song that has 3 singers: Hansi Kirsch from Blind Guardian, Tobias Sammet from Edguy, and Jorn Landy from Masterplan. And like I'm gonna try to impersonate each one of them when their parts come by, and it's a marathon. So hey, Larry with $5, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Larry. Everybody drink to Larry.
Cheers, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Mr.
Jeez,
Face.
all you got to do is sing just like those 3 guys for a long time in a row. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. I'm
While
definitely
you're drunk.
I'm definitely gonna make it through that one. Oh my god.
Do we see another
Oh my God.
Do we have another what?
do we see another cover song coming out of that one time?
Oh God. I mean, you know, I was thinking about it today, and it struck me. I do have a lot of fake mustaches, so it's like,
That's
you know,
right.
I bought 350 like glue-on mustaches. So
You have a whole bag of them.
yeah, I do. So I'm thinking like I do have one of those like Jorn Landy handlebar like gray mustaches in my collection. So I could probably like, I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna rule it out, but it's a hard ass song. Holy shit, is it hard? Oh, so yeah. Donovan says, "Are you doing the Meatloaf song as the album version or the single version on Saturday night?" I think it's the album version. Whatever, like the 7.5 minute, you know.
Paradise Dashboard Lights.
No. I would do anything for.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Yes, you gotta do the album version because they cut like the guitar solo and all that short music video and whatnot.
Yeah, whatever version is on the karaoke version is like 7 minutes long, so it's, you know, it's probably the full version. I'm not sure.
I think I can disclose this to the public. Once upon a time, I was going to work on a Lords of the Trident demo of that for us to perform, or at least to record, but I never got to it. Some of the things kept coming up.
I didn't know that.
I think I had mentioned it to Ty, and not to say it still couldn't happen. It's just we have so much to do. You know?
Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
And I never have too much to do. I will say that. You know. Ryan Willis. I am aware that I am a strange one. And hey, Aki, Dan's in the chat too. Hey, Dan.
I know. I just saw. I got really excited, but then I also realized I might have forgot his birthday. Dan, is it your birthday? I'm horrible at birthdays.
Oh my God! Friendship ruined. Ended.
1 in 365 chance that it's Dan's birthday.
I know. I don't like going off of stereotypes, but I really do feel like us guys tend to be really terrible at remembering dates.
I am not my birthday.
He is not his birthday.
You know, I gotta say, Ty, although it's like not a classic yet or anything, oh my God, it would make me so happy if at one of your karaoke's he sang that new Jorn song.
Oh, the one where he's trying to get out of a chair?
Yes, it's so catchy. Oh.
Needles and Pins.
Yeah, Needles and Pins.
Needles and Pins. Oh, get
about to stand up. No,
Yeah.
Nope. About to get up.
Nope.
Just yell a bunch.
Yeah. Ah! I mean, that's what I'm planning to do for Ravenchild, is just like, you know, like that's basically it.
Well, Aki, you're okay. It looks like Dan's gonna miss your birthday too. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
I know. I feel like I could dig through my texts from the prior year, and I could probably find like me texting him on November 28th or something and being like, "Is it your birthday?" Oh, God damn it.
Too good.
I'll put this one out to the general public real quick too. I mentioned this, I think, to Ty and Aki in passing, but for the bandmates, I know there's a million things to do, but you know, Hollywood Nights by Bob Seger is essentially already a metal song. The whole thing gallops the whole time. So what if we did that? Any Bob Seger fans out there in the chat tonight? What do you think?
I will say this. Bob Seger is one of my favorite singers of all time, and I will always do a Bob Seger cover. Always.
So I got to say, I think we all have those songs that, like, even if they're overplayed on the radio, every time you hear them, you can't help but like get into it. And I have that with old time rock and roll. Like, no matter how tired I am of it, when I hear it, I'm just like, you know.
Dun, 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 da, 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 da. So I know we've got a number of people who are watching the TRIDENTcast for the first time. Just FYI, right? Look over. Let's see. It's over here. If you want to make all of us have beer tonight, and if you want to make us drink, you can send a super chat. You can cheer with bits, any amount, and we will drink and celebrate your amazingness. You can also, the best way to do it is go to lordsofthetrident.com/tips. Send a tip that way. If you send a super chat or do bits, that's fine, but YouTube or Twitch takes like 30%. If you go to lordsofthetrident.com/tips, it only takes like 2.5%. So it's yay. So if you want to make us drink, do that. Thank you all. You don't have to. You can just sit here and watch us talk about Japanese toilets and old time rock and roll and hot dishes. Like, that's what we're doing tonight. So
I just want to say Truffle85 said Living on a Prayer for me. And that is actually also another one of those songs that, as much as I keep hearing it, like, you can't help but sing along to it.
yeah. I have a story. I've got a good story about Living on a Prayer. Aki, I know I've told you this story.
Yeah.
I
immediately thought of you in your story. Yeah.
I don't know if I told the rest of the guys, but I'll tell this just because I know there's a bunch of people on the chat who've never heard this story. So when I was in a band in high school called Housebroken, and we got, and like, there wasn't a, and you know, it was a high school band, so whatever. But we were, we were all underage, and we were looking for places to play, and this skate park up in Duluth, Minnesota just opened up, and they were accepting bands to play. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but this was a Christian skate park, so it was like a skate park ministry. So they had like a skate park in the lower level, and in the upper level they had like an auditorium where they would do church services, but like cool church services, for skaters. Like, we're like, they'd turn their chair backwards and they'd be like, who's really cool? Jesus. That's right.
Is this where you got cool youth pastor Greg inspiration from?
It's partially, yeah. So, they were having this big, I think it was maybe junior year of high school for me, and they were having this big festival, this Christian rock festival at this skate park, which was called The Encounter. Yeah. So I asked if they'd want us to play, and
let's talk about Jesus today.
Yeah, and they
sing on the tail like that.
Yeah, thank you, Aki. Yeah, Aki, you wanna tell us you wanna have a little rap session with us here? But so they sent somebody down to like kind of listen to us play in my garage, and we played for them, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. Yeah, we'd love to have you open the fest." And they thought we were a Christian band, and they thought that my last name was a stage name. So right before we went on the stage, they're like, "Hey, we got, we're going to give you guys a check for $50 for coming out and doing this. Who should I make it out to?" And I'm like, "Oh, make it out to Ty Christian." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, but like, who should I make it out to?" And I was like, I was very confused. I'm like, Ty Christian? And they're like, "Okay, I hope the bank takes it."
See, the joke's on them because your real name is Fang von Rathenstein.
Exactly, and they didn't know that at the time. But the thing that I remember the most about that festival is the last band ended their set with a cover of "Living on a Prayer," and the singer like did such a good job at. I mean, they did the key change. He hit the high note so well. Wow. So clear. Like, it was so, and I was just sitting there with my mouth agape, and I was hanging out backstage. And of course I was young, and I was like, I gotta ask this guy, and I'm like, "Hey man, you guys had a great set. Dude, I've been trying to work on my range. I've been trying to get like higher notes, and I've been having trouble doing that. Do you have any guidance? Do you have any, like, what do you do to kind of like exercise that and warm up?" And he's like, "Well, I don't really know. I mean, I just have always kind of been able to do it." Like, he just immediately kind of went into this Mickey Mouse, Michael Jackson voice. And I'm like, okay. Okay. That, I guess that makes sense. All right.
Maybe
no Johnny Cash for you.
Yeah. So
nice.
Living on a Prayer.
That's the trick.
So yeah, karaoke is coming up on, and I had the list. I had the list ready, and I just don't have it now. What's going on? I had the list up in front of me. Here it is. So for those of you who didn't see the post, I'm gonna just flash this on the screen here real quick. This is the list of songs that I am planning to do for this Saturday. So we got a lot of real fun ones. Some of the ones that are the weirder ones, of course. So we got some David Hasselhoff in there. We got some Britney Spears. I put Journey in the $30 category specifically for Brian. Because I know that every cover band, anytime anybody says, "Oh, play Don't Stop Believing," a little bit of their soul dies. So I did that specifically for Brian.
There was one night where we played Don't Stop Believing and our fucking lighting tree fell over.
Was that because
some drunk asshole ran into it and knocked it over? And so like not guitar solo, but mid verse, I had to stop playing and catch these falling lights before they like landed on the drummer. Fucking A.
So
nice. Power Slave and Eyes of a Stranger in My Land. Good stuff to see that.
Yeah, I try to get a good mix of metal stuff and also very, very interesting and weird stuff. Truffle 85, I did Full Moon by Sonata. I did that last quarantine karaoke. What I will say for anybody who is joining it, this is their first quarantine karaoke, if there's something on the list that is not on the list that you want me to try, you can always suggest it in the chat while we're doing the quarantine karaoke, and I'll let you know if I can do it or not. Last time we did quarantine karaoke, I sang for 5 hours and 12 minutes. So, you'll get your chance probably to hear your song if it's not on the list. So
Ty, kind of a noob question, but do you think you should add a couple more easy songs, like to be able to like give yourself a quick break for singing so long?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to. I feel like I used up a lot of the easy songs over the last couple times, and I feel like I'm trying to keep the set list fresh. Brian knows the pangs of trying to keep the set list fresh. So
it was either your first karaoke or your second one. I think it might have been the first one, but you were a solid 2.5 hours in, and then you pulled off Nessun Dorma, and you hit all the notes. The high, and you nailed the high B at the end, and it was wonderful. So that's stamina. That's really cool.
Well, thank you. I will.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was that's on the list again. So it's always a fun challenge to see how many sheets to the wind I am before somebody pledges Nessun Dorma.
Yeah. Idiot Game Streamer, are you guys looking for the most boring position in the band, the bass? I need a job.
Oh no.
Well, I'll tell you what, Idiot Game. If you can out pistol squat Brent, we will look at your application.
Yeah, we'll consider it. But good luck with that.
I like that. It's not boring when you play Brian's bass parts.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
But honestly, I guess best of luck finding a band to jam on.
Yep.
Or jam with. So cheers, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah. Best of luck in the next fiscal year to you and
yes.
yours. So I'm really excited about that. It's coming up on Saturday. So yeah, I'll say one more thing about it is that we're 50% of everything we raise goes to charity. And 50 and the charities that we're doing this time, since it's right around Thanksgiving, we are equally splitting our donations to the Native American Rights Fund and also the Clean Air Task Force. So it's been great so far. We just went over the hump of during quarantine. We've donated over $2,700 to various charities around Wisconsin, around the world, around the U.S. So it's been really great, and we have all of you to thank for that. So thank you. Yeah.
I thought you were going to mention that its acronym is NARF.
I know, NARF.
For once, it'll be good to be a NARF.
I'm a little confused. Did you guys not see the raid from Twitch?
I did.
I apologize. I don't know what that means.
I did.
What is a raid from Twitch?
I did. I was gonna say thank you for the raid. I was deep in in the middle of thinking of things to speak out of my mouth. But yes, there was a raid that came through from Twitch. I believe it was from Joseph the Voice. Yes, Joseph the Voice. Thank you so much. A raid is when you are streaming and when you stop streaming to bring your stream over to a different stream. So somebody
that's really nice.
Somebody brought their stream to us. So thank you, Joseph the Voice. You were amazing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got raided.
Yeah. And
I thought we were talking about World of Warcraft or something. Sorry to interrupt.
I certainly hope I can I can keep the, you know, I'll be Fang the Voice come Saturday. So
That's really funny. I just saw, did you guys not see The Raid? And I'm like, dude, The Raid's an amazing movie. Like, Ty and I watched it together.
That is an amazing movie. That is an absolutely amazing movie. So I got a few more quick things. Let me see. I would just want to make sure that we got all of this here. I'm just looking through my notes. Yeah. Okay. So one more thing that I guess we should clarify and specify before we kind of get into some of the things that we've been doing over the month is that for those of you not in the know, Wisconsin, and specifically Dane County, where we all live here in Madison, Wisconsin, has implemented a public health order that limits all indoor gatherings of any sizes. So basically that means that up until the middle of December, it's kind of, you're not supposed to have any sort of indoor gatherings at all because the COVID cases here have been so bad, which kind of makes it impossible for us to practice, but more to the point, makes it impossible for us to do the Patreon concert that we had planned for the 11th of December because the order goes into the 16th. So for those of you who were planning on tuning in to the Patreon private concert on the 11th, we apologize, but we will be moving that, and the date is TBA. You know, we might have to think about doing that sometime early in the next year, but we will do it as soon as we possibly can to make it up for you. We want to make sure that, you know, we're safe, that our families are safe, and that we're not causing any undue stress, undue infection, you know, anything like that for putting this on for you guys. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a Patreon only hangout on Discord that night. So tune in for that. You can jump in with, you know, video and voice chat. We can all chat and drink and do whatever. And I might do maybe another opera night somewhere during that stint, just to keep people, you know, from clawing their eyes out from boredom. So, you know, we'll do what we can to keep you guys entertained. So yeah, that's that. Do you guys want to say anything about that, or should we jump to stuff that we've been doing?
No, just thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah.
Not much more to say than that.
Brian, you very recently had a very parched, very dry, very sandy guitar part that got released into the world, into the wild. Do you remember? He's like, what is he referencing? What is he talking about? So for those of you not in the know, Brian did a guitar solo for Claymore's Banjo-Kazooie cover of the Gobi Desert theme.
Okay. Yes, I know. I get where you're going with that now.
And I'm gonna try to bring it up in another window here so I can kind of just play it in the background. But yeah, you want to talk about?
Yes, with Katie and Katie Scary and her band Claymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I am afraid to admit that is a game that I may have played once. I don't know that game super well, but yeah, it was a great opportunity, and she did a great job putting the track together, and I worked very quickly and threw down pretty much as hard as I could on it. So I'm pleased with how it turned out. kind of going for a Petrucci-ish maximal sort of notes approach here.
And I know we had a lot of questions about this, and I'm going to try to fast forward here to the Baron solo shred session in the song. But yes, he did perform that in an actual authentic garage. So for those of you wondering, what was that?
It was even my garage. So now you know what one of my drywall walls of my garage looks like. Here I am.
Yep. Playing all the notes.
Sweep the floor.
There you go. So go check that out.
There you
That's
go.
on Claymore's channel. If you type in Gobi Valley or Claymore, Lords of the Trident, or if you just type too many notes on YouTube, it's the first hit.
Yeah, I get hashtag. I get paid by the note.
Yeah.
That's why I play. That's why I play the way I do. Because
Mm-hmm.
I get extra royalties for every extra note I play.
Yep, that was in his contract when he joined, and it's just been taking advantage of it for years.
Non-negotiable.
If you ever wonder why that solo breakdown in Death Dealer is like that, it's just because of the royalties. That's what it is. So yeah, anything else you want to say about that, Ryan?
I think it turned out really well. And I'd be open to collaborating with Katie again. So,
Woo.
Cheers. Metal.
All right. So a few other things that we released recently, and I'm pulling up a little something to give a little sneak peek for people that are watching. Yeah, here we go. So let's see. Since we last have spoken, I dropped a power converter cover of Judicator's Coping Mechanism, in which, gasp, I do a keyboard solo. And I want to apologize publicly to everybody who plays the keyboard. I will be turning in my keyboarding license to the closest municipal clerk as soon as the offices reopen after the holidays. But it's out there now, so and I think it went pretty well. Everything else, the vocal part. So that's out there. Go check that out. Check out Judicator if you haven't checked them out yet. They have some pretty amazing music out there.
Is that auto-tune video out there, Ty?
It is. It is not.
Okay.
So for those of you who are, that's actually kind of a good thing to talk about, I suppose. There was this thing on the U.S. Power Metal Connection where somebody I'm not very familiar with this band. Is anybody here familiar with Agent Steel?
No, I'd never heard of them.
Yeah.
Until that.
I guess they were like a kind of a mildly famous band, maybe in the 80s, or I'm not 100% sure, but they came out with a new album, and somebody had accused them of using autotune, which they very, 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 very much did. Like, it's almost like to the level of Cher, autotune. Like, do you believe in life after love? And he made like this weird video soloing the vocal tracks and trying to prove that he didn't use autotune, but it's like it makes it even more clear that he did. And it was just kind of this weird meta thing that everybody was laughing at, because it's like, we don't really, like, nobody really cares if you use autotune anymore. I mean, like, everybody does. Like, literally every piece of recorded music that you've ever listened to has some mild form of autotune on it, and if you do it right, it's like you don't even notice that it's there. So I don't get what the whole thing about, oh, we don't use autotune, is it? But he was trying to show that he didn't do it, and I got bored one day, and I made a very wonderful parody video of that of that video. I put it up on the Patreon, so if you're on the Patreon, you'll be able to see it, but otherwise, unfortunately, only the people who are on the U.S. Power Metal Connection and the Patreon have seen it, which is actually a great segue, because there's another video that only people that are on the Patreon have seen, and that is the next Power Metal Opera Battle, featuring none other than the amazing Brittany Slays of Unleash the Archers.
Woo!
We get together, we have a few drinks, and we sing Brindisi from La Traviata, and the Baron is in the background shredding the orchestra, and it turned out so good. It turned out so good.
Well, with Brittany, it's kind of hard to miss, I guess. You know?
Yeah. So if you're not on the Patreon and you want to see this, jump on at any level, even $1, right above my head here. Patreon.com/Swords of the Trident. If you jump on at $1, you can see that right now. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait a couple weeks, I think, to see it. But if you want to see Brittany do an opera, and I gotta say, I was absolutely floored when I heard her operatic voice. Like, it's crazy. It's like a different person singing. She's so good. She's so good. So yeah.
It still blows me away the first time we played with them how like she was sick and she still sounded really awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. So that's coming out too. Another thing that is coming out soon, speaking of Unleash the Archers, is I did a power converter cover of Carry the Flame, but it's going to be a duet with Sabrina from Seven Kingdoms, and she's done with her tracks and she's shooting her part of the video. So I'm hoping I can release that sometime in December. But of course, that'll be out for the Patreon people first. So go check it out. Patreon.com/Swords of the Trident. That's on there. The other thing that I wanted to show that's coming out, unfortunately, this is not going to be here in time for the Black Friday sale, but we recently got some additional stickers from Sticker Guy. Here's the design. It is "What would cool youth pastor Greg do?" That is the design. The black portion of it here is actually going to be reflective foil. So all of the stuff in the background, the wordage and the cross is all going to be reflective foil. So that'll go out with any order on our website, lordsofstrident.com/merch. You can get a what would cool youth pastor Greg do sticker. Yeah. Truffle 85, you're supposed to see Seven Kingdoms this year. So were we. They were going to be headlining night 1 of Mad with Power Fest, and it's a super bummer that
but of all the people we were supposed to see, Immortal Guardian, Seven Kingdoms, the Zelda band, which I can't.
Master Sword.
Yeah, my memory's just shit tonight.
My mind is just a piece of shit today.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there were a ton of bands that I was really looking forward to watching, and next year, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yep, we moved everything over to next year, so that should be it. The whole lineup is coming next year. So, but yeah, it's 2020 is just a real bummer for everybody for a lot of reasons, but that's one of them. So yeah. I came out with a Words of Fang on the complete guide for booking, so go check that out. And then we also, guys, we swayed the election because of our I Voted stream. Basically, if you were wondering what was taking so long with the vote counting, with the certification, it's because everybody watched the I Voted stream that we did on election night. And they all had to get plastic surgery. Their faces melted straight off. They couldn't see the ballot straight because they were headbanging too hard. So it took them a couple days to recover from that, but they did. And thankfully we whoever wins, we all lose. Lords of the Trident, I voted street. That doesn't make sense in this context. I don't. Aki's right. Aki's right with that weird face. No. Yeah. So, but yeah. So the full I Voted performance is up on YouTube. So if you wanted to see a full concert, you can check that one out as well. I didn't show the Castlevania stickers either. Hold on, I gotta reach.
I I decked out my newest guitar case with one of those Castlevania stickers.
Yep. Speaking of stickers, we've got the Vampire Slayer design that we normally have on a shirt. We've got it on a sticker now.
I have a penchant for breaking the handles off of things, like guitar cases, car doors. So I just got a new guitar case, and it's sporting one of those purple beauties as we speak. So
Yeah, I got a new.
What brand guitar case is that, Brian?
SKB.
Oh,
It is an SKB guitar case. Yes.
I got to get my prop. You guys keep talking about SKB.
Good
There-
job.
SKB. You can throw it down the stairs, and it'll be at the bottom of the stairs then. But it'll still be in one piece and in a case still too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lords of the Trident, and this podcast is sponsored by you, our patrons, but also by SKB, the #1 case in the entirety of the world, the official sponsor of Lords of the Trident, SKB. Put your Fabergé eggs in this, toss it out of a moving train, have an alligator chomp down on it, and try to get the hydraulic press channel to destroy one of these babies. Guess what? The hydraulic press channel will be deleted from YouTube because they will not be able to. This here is the best case that anyone could ever have. If you are worried about getting back on the dating scene, if you've had your heart broken, you know why? It's because you didn't put your heart in an SKB case, baby. If you would have put all of your emotions in this beautiful, handcrafted, made in the USA case, then you would have never had to worry about getting your heart broken because you can't break this. It's impossible. So SKB cases, baby, get out there, buy them. Just support them because they support us.
Now I just have like this image of this guy who is taking his girlfriend on a date and he plans to propose, but the whole time he's carrying like this suitcase by SKB with the wedding ring in it. And she's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, nothing, just my work stuff." And then like when he goes to propose to her, he'll be like, he gets on one knee. He's like, "Wait 1 second. I gotta flip these 3 latches here, and let me just dial the combination." Okay, here we go. Perfectly safe.
Dan,
Dan-
PSA
Dan-
approved lock.
Dan Reno writes, "But will it mighty my penis?" I'm like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's a hell of a question, Dan. I don't know what that means, but probably.
100%. Yep. It makes all of them, all the penis mightier. It'll do all that.
Yep. Yeah, penis mightier.
Can I say something random about colors?
Yes, Aki.
So I was thinking about, Brian, you mentioned putting the cool new Castlevania sticker on one of your guitar cases, and I was watching a horror game playthrough on YouTube, that one that Channel Tide just showed you, and someone made a great comment about how there was a lot of purple in this game, and how it's very unsettling, and that there's been psychological experiments done about how, although purple has been seen as a color of like royalty and whatnot, that it's also a color associated with signs of horror. And I was kind of curious, and I did a search, and indeed I found a Scientific American article from a couple years ago, and basically it said how purple's the new Halloween color, and how basically, because purple doesn't appear much in nature, that it can be unsettling and can seem unnatural, and as such it can give this sense of a lack of comfort. And I thought that was really interesting, and now I think when I watch games in the future, like saying Silent Hill iteration or whatnot, now I'm kind of curious if I'm going to see more purple.
Yeah.
And I agree, Larry. I really like purple. I mean, it is probably in my my favorite color along with gray. So yeah.
Yeah.
Unnatural in nature, sexual frustration.
Yeah.
It's a catch-all color. It's very utilitarian.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout out to Sean Martin for I just got an order in from Sean, so thank you, Sean, for the order. Appreciate that. We'll get that out to you ASAP. I think that might be our last 2XL Solomon shirt. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, you bought the absolute last one. Somebody bought the the 2X, and I remember it's like, oh, product low in stock. It's like, ah. So, all right. So Aki, did you happen to have? I didn't see an email come through on this. Did you happen to have to grace our door with a cat picture?
I did have one I found a few days at work, on my break, not on the time clock. But I forgot to send it to you, and so literally like 4 minutes before we were meeting online, I sent it in the email thread where you sent the link.
Okay, well let me pull that up.
I think it's pretty good.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while I pull that up, welcome again to the TRIDENTcast. If this is your first time at the TRIDENTcast, look right above over there. I think if you want to have us, we all have beer. If you want to have us take a drink, if you want to pay for the drinks that the substance abuse of a band that you love, then look no further than lordsofthetrident.com/tips, or send a super chat, or send some bits. You don't have to, but if you want to tip us, you can do it that way. And now, without any further ado, we're gonna get to the number one most requested, most lauded, most favorite part of the podcast for every single person out there. The really the only reason that people tune in for this podcast, Aki's cat picture of the month. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Aki, tell us about this beautiful cat.
Thank you, Ty. So yeah, I know I've said this before, but fall's like my favorite time of the year, and man, I love those crispy leaves. And I mean, I like them when they're like nice autumnal colors, but I love them too when they get kind of dried and crispy, and you go on like a hike in the woods and you hear the crunchiness. And so I saw that, and that immediately pulled me in. But the other thing, man, I love eyes. Not just on cats, but on like humans too. Like green and blue eyes. Like this cat's eyes are just like amazing. God, they're so like clear, and they have that interesting black streak on it. And normally I'm not a big fan of Siamese cats because you might have heard this, but they're very intelligent. They're one of the few cats like Maine Coons that will play catch with you sometimes.
Oh.
But they're very vocal cats, and I really don't like vocal cats. I like quiet ones. So they tend to be kind of loud, but nonetheless, I thought this picture was so well composed, and the cat looks so freaking soft. Like it's so hard for me not to want to like reach out to the screen and be like, kitty,
Those are some ice blue eyes.
Yeah.
Too.
No, I agree, Brian.
Wow.
I just like the eyes pulled me in. Like I really like green and gray and blue eyes where it looks like you're staring into a globe or whatnot. It just I just thought the eyes were super mesmerizing. So and I know it's a boy cat. I did find this one on Reddit. I wasn't able to find a name for the cat, but either way, I was really pulled in by this cat picture. I did want to say one last thing. I spend a lot of time, online, and I like calling dogs doggy. I've never been a fan of calling dogs doggo. Like I like the idea of like, ooh, it's a kitty. Ooh, it's a doggy. So like whenever I saw a dog, I'd be like, oh, doggy. Or if I saw a cat, I'd be like, ooh, kitty. And I don't know. The doggo one just doesn't do it for me. So anyway, that's why am I waving? I'm not like, bye.
Anyway, bye. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got two drinks to do. One for Larry, and then Sir Mackie with 1,500 bits. Oh my god!
Cheers.
I gotta go get another beer for that 1,500, because that 1,500 bits is that's quite a bit. While I do that, maybe we should go to America's second favorite podcast segment on the podcast. Woo! You better, you Brett. Brought to you by SKB Cases. Put your emotions in an SKB case and never open them up ever again. SKB, number one case factory of your dad. All right, Brett.
You better.
What better you do? I'm going to go get a beer. You start talking. I'll be right back.
was like the slowest you guys have ever done that before. It was amazing.
It was definitely pretty shitty. Yeah.
Oh, boys. I don't know. What should we do this month? Well, I guess with the whole situation of the world today and with Thanksgiving literally tomorrow, I do think it's important, whether you do it with your family in person or not, that everybody still enjoys and takes the break that they need to actually have a Thanksgiving meal and go through the ritual that is Thanksgiving for however you do it with you and your family. Because I know this is literally my first year of my entire life that I'm not going to be with my family, and it sucks. But still have people that we can do it with around the house or loved ones that you live with on a daily basis. I think it's important. I think we all need this right now. The holiday season bring a little bit of, I don't know, it's like a little light for everybody to grasp onto and enjoy. But just with all this the crap, definitely enjoy and do something for Thanksgiving. If you gotta even do a Zoom call with your family, try that out. They're the only for sure's in your life. Well, I guess mostly for sure's in your life. So
Yeah. That is
You got a case of beer. You could drink that.
that is a good thing that you better do. I'm gonna give this one out real quick. I'm gonna give this one out to Larry. Thank you, Larry, for that super chat. Here's a drink to you. And Sir Mackie, holy crap, 1,500 bits. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
We need to get more, but here's another question to start. I think we should all tell each other what our favorite Thanksgiving food item is.
Oh, I got that one easy, baby. Easy. Thinks he's hit me with these hard questions about Thanksgiving food. Let me tell you. Not every Thanksgiving, but there were a lot of, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't a whole lot of, we did this sometimes for Thanksgiving. We would do this more for like Mother's Day. There was this, in Superior, Wisconsin, where I grew up, there was this place called Barker's Island. And essentially, it was an island that was created out of trash because there was a feud between a rich guy and another rich guy. And one of the rich guys owned a mansion on a lake, or on the bay, on Superior Bay. And the other rich guy hated him and so dumped all of his trash into Superior Bay. And he dumped so much of it that it eventually became an island and then a resort. So,
I love it.
Yep. Oh, David Gower! What? Thank you for $10. Our good friend from down under. Thank you, my friend. Cheers.
Oh, you even got me blinking. How about that? Thank you, David.
So, every Mother's Day, some Thanksgivings, we would go to the Barker's Island Inn where they would have this amazing, fantastic buffet. And like many buffets, at the end they would have, a dude slicing up meats. And they would always have this big, honking, gigantic piece of ham that the guy would just be slicing up, And we went there so often. He knew me. He's like, "Oh, hey there, Tyler. You want a little piece of ham?" And I'm like, "Oh, give me two." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, all right." And like many children, I would do weird things with my food at buffets. So I'd get a big old honking slice of ham, and then I go back to the salad bar.
This story is so good, you scared Aki away.
I know. I get a big old slice of ham, and then I go back to the salad bar, and I would dump the really crispy, like almost made out of cardboard, bacon bits all over the ham. And then I'd put shredded cheddar cheese on top of that. And so I'd have like fresh, gigantic slab of ham covered in cardboard bacon bits with yellow cheddar cheese on top of it. And that is my favorite Thanksgiving food of all time.
Nice.
Very traditional. Well done.
Since you're talking about buffet, I was waiting for like the part with like the horrible soft serve, you know?
Oh God, yeah.
And then you put like way too many toppings on it just because they're all exciting, but they're not good together.
Yeah.
But they're free, so
It-
I would have loved if he threw in like a curveball at the end, being like, in conclusion, my favorite one is vegan mashed potatoes.
Isn't that just potatoes with nothing on them, basically?
you put some oil on them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's my favorite. Brett, how about you?
Mine is my grandma's stuffing by far. It's like it's not stovetop. It's like the mushy brown mass that has like turkey chunks in it and whatever else, but it's just a glob of goodness. I could just eat that every day. It'd be very fat, but also very happy.
Can I ask you? Is it like more wet or is it more dry?
It's more wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like it's actually cooked in the bird, and I don't know what's all in it, to be honest. And I think that's how I want stuffing to be. I want it to be like
now with 20% more mystery meat.
Yeah. But definitely the stuffing. Very close seconds. I'm a big sucker for sweet carrot, like baked sweet carrots.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
That is another thing that in that specific buffet that I would slather my plate with is they had like baby carrots with dill that they would basically like float in a giant pan of butter that they would cook in. So it was like they took a healthy thing and they made it as unhealthy as possible. And it was so good. So yeah. All right, Brent, what's you're up?
I guess I'd say mashed potatoes. We usually the trick is to put, of course, a shit ton of butter. No. Shit ton of butter, but then the other trick is to put some kind of green bits in them, like chives or something, or dill. It's classic. Gotta say, I don't like most Thanksgiving food, so we're starting kind of a tradition of making a mushroom Wellington for Thanksgiving.
Oh dang!
And that's just real good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So, for us uncultured people sitting in my room, what is a mushroom Wellington?
Well, do you know what a beef Wellington is?
I feel like I ought to, but I can't. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it's like a beef Wellington is just like a real juicy piece of meat that has like a breaded, crispy, and amazing.
I can tell you exactly what beef Wellington is because I've made it multiple times.
Okay.
It's beef tenderloin, whole beef tenderloin, and then you cover that in mustard, some sort of like dark or seed mustard, like a nice heavy mustard. And then you wrap that with prosciutto. And there's also this like mushroom, shallot. Sometimes you can do like chestnuts in there, reduction, and it's like this basically turns into like a paste. And then you cover that, and then cover the whole thing in a puff pastry, and bake it.
This guy Wellingtons. So it's that, but with mushrooms instead of beef.
All right,
dude. Fuck, that sounds great.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Either way, that sounds amazing.
Is that still something that Gordon Ramsay would scream at you about doing wrong?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, certainly.
It's fucking raw.
Yes.
We do something wrong every time.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun.
All right, Brian, what's up?
I'll go pumpkin pie.
Oh.
I guess I like the pumpkin spice stuff. I don't like it in my coffee, so I don't partake in the Starbucks pumpkin spice whatever. But the pie is pretty good.
Aki, you are last but not least.
I'm not a big turkey person. Like, I think probably I'd have to say ham or mashed potatoes. I think mashed potatoes is going to be my favorite. It always blows me away the ability for like mashed potatoes to absorb butter. Like you'll make mashed potatoes and you'll throw in like half a stick of butter and you'll be like, no, it disappeared. And then you throw in another one. It gets a little more yellowish, but like Yeah, I just feel like it blows me away. I feel like you could kill someone you don't like through butter poisoning because you could just like throw in 100 sticks of butter into some mashed potatoes and they take a bite and they die. Sorry, I feel morbid.
Yeah, my butter allergy is flaring up tonight. Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I you know what's interesting? Can I say that I think it's interesting that no one here said anything about turkey. And Heidi and I were having this conversation the other day. It's like, of all of the birds that you could eat, I feel like turkey is easily the least delicious. Like, chicken's great, duck's amazing, turkey's like, yeah, it's all right. But she said, she's like, well, I know, you want ham, and I'm like, I know you don't like turkey, and it's like, no, it's not that I don't like turkey. It's just like, if you said, here's a ham or here's a turkey, which one would you prefer? Like, 100 times out of 100, I would always pick the ham. But I kind of feel like, and I don't know if this is a generational thing, but I feel like people are kind of maybe swaying away from straight up turkeys on Thanksgiving. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, millennials are ruining the Thanksgiving industry.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I would never stray away from turkey. I do love ham, but it would just feel weird to have Thanksgiving without turkey to me.
I think Larry's right. Turkeys are big.
Yeah.
I do have fond memories.
back in the day
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Aki.
Oh no, I was just going to say I do have fond memories, Ty. Of I don't know if I ever told the rest of the guys in the band this, but sophomore year college, I went to Ty's place for his parents' place for Thanksgiving, and his parents made a deep fried turkey.
Yeah.
And I never had a deep fried turkey, but I'd heard stories, and considering turkey can suffer from being dry, I actually have fond memories of that being really tasty.
You know what's funny? That was the literal only time they ever did that.
Am I right? It was good, Ty. Like,
it was good. It was good. I'm like, if you deep fry anything, I mean, like, we bought a deep fryer that can deep fry a buffalo in 40 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget, oh my God, since we're talking about Thanksgiving, if you haven't watched it, that Bob's Burgers episode, the turkey in a can.
Yes.
Oh my God, amazing episode!
It's
if
so
anyone
good.
in the band hasn't seen it or watching this, please watch it tonight or tomorrow. It is so good.
You know what season it's in?
I think it's like first or second season. It's an early episode. It might be the first or second Thanksgiving episode, and it's really good. And I think it occurs in the earlier seasons when I feel like the show had a little bit more teeth or grit to it. I don't want to say like grit, but like I feel like the show could be a little, like, a lot of times its jokes were a little, edgier, dirtier than they were after 6 or 7 seasons.
Ooh, okay. I'm watching it right now, and I'm on like season 6 right now.
Oh wow, yeah. I think it still blows me away. The first 2 seasons, like, it wasn't like a monumental change, but the jokes, it's still a good show, but they definitely changed a bit. I mean, one of my favorite episodes remains, I think it's the second episode, maybe a third, but basically where Gail, Linda's sister, puts up all the paintings of animals' buttholes.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget.
Great TV.
The line where Tina looks at the horse anus and she goes, horse butt. And sometimes I'll be at work and out of nowhere I'll be like stocking milk, so I'll be like, horse butt.
Nice.
So I really recommend the animal anus and the turkey episode.
Alrighty.
I still have a hard time watching that show without thinking of it, without hearing Archer. I mean,
yes, I've experienced that too.
Those shows were put so close together, and with Archer coming out, Archer came out first, right? Pretty sure.
Bob's Burgers might predate it very slightly.
I think Bob's Burgers was first, because when Archer came out, I was like, wait a minute, that's the guy from Bob's Burgers. So,
well, I guess I experienced Archer first, and I guess it's whoever you experience first. You're like, wait,
right?
That's wrong. It's not
Right.
who that is. So
Brian, you
Can
gonna
I
say something?
4 for turkey in a can.
I've never prepared a turkey myself, so I can't specifically speak to this, but I feel like there is from the experience I've had, a very small window of where turkey is perfect.
Hmm.
It's either too tough or too dry, but if you get right in this tiny little space, then it's really good and succulent and everything is just right. But it seems like getting it right there is very difficult.
Yeah.
So, and I do enjoy ham. I guess I like the ham that's maybe like honey glazed or something like that. Otherwise, the saltiness of the ham gets to me fairly quickly, and then I'm good for like one piece, and it's like salt. I don't know.
Apparently,
Beyond that, I got nothing. I don't know.
apparently, I couldn't have enough salt because I doused it in like cardboard bacon bits. So I put salt on salt.
That would be the yeah. I mean that sounds like what you were going for. I mean, yeah.
Yep. So there's a couple other things that we did since we talked last. We did the Baron's Final Fantasy stream. You want to talk about that?
God, have we not?
That was so we did
since then?
we did our last podcast on October 25th, and your thing was on the 30th, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Overall it went well. It was a lot of new music. God. I mean, I've been working on so much stuff still, and I got to give me a minute to shift my brain back to that. Did a ton of work. I feel like it went pretty well. It was a good time. Thank you for putting out the cover of the Slam Shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
It was heavy duty, but a lot of fun. Raised some good money for Community Shares of Wisconsin, so that's always a good thing. And I think it was fairly well attended. A lot of people watched, which is super cool as well.
Yeah, a lot of people showed up. It was for a good cause.
You took the words right out of my mouth. So yeah, it was great. My next one is going to be it's going to be December 27th. So it will be the end of the Christmas weekend extravaganza. And I'm going to do a few more video game arrangements. I'm going to redo some of the ones I did from back in June or July, whenever that first one is, and bring a few new ones to the table as well. And so
I also
we will start to hype that once it gets a little closer. But we have a karaoke first. So.
We do, and I don't want to give it away. I mean, I feel like I don't want to give it away, but I guess I have to. Brian has showed me his 27-minute Prague Odyssey of "Baby It's Cold Outside," which is he's going to be playing that for you. I know he said no Christmas music, but this is in 13.8, so you're not going to be able to tell that it's for Christmas. Santa may see you when you're sleeping, but he can't tell where the downbeat is on this one. So
yeah, dramatization may not have happened.
Oh, Aki, that face is great. But yes,
Aki loves playing in 13.8.
Yep. Aki loves interesting time signatures. I can hear Heidi laughing upstairs, like the delay she's watching it. So I could tell. I guess I could tell people also. The only other thing that I had on my list before talking about maybe about where we're at with the album and stuff like that. The only other thing I had on my list is kind of just a little fun note. Paladin. The band Paladin from Atlanta, hit me up. They just played Metal Injection's Slay at Home live stream concert thingy, and they hit me up to make the video for them. So the video that you saw on the Metal Injection and the intro and the 3D effects and all sort of stuff. That was yours truly. Now, I do want to specify, I made a better version that had way more fire and way more effects and some really spicy memes thrown in at just the perfect time that I guess Prosthetic Records shot down. So the band loved it. But I guess the record company said maybe tone it down a little bit. So unfortunately, the version that you saw had no fire in it, which I was just a little flabbergasted about. So I don't know.
Well, you know,
but
things go around here sometimes.
I was very happy that it was fun, like, you know, having a something I worked on be beyond Metal Injection. That was kind of neat. So, you know, and I loved the opportunity to help the Paladin dudes out. So, you know, I was very happy that they thought of me first. It was a real compliment. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So yeah, I guess maybe, you know, we could talk about where we're at the album, and then see if you guys have anything else. What?
I don't have much else, but yeah, I mean, who would like to talk? I guess I'm already talking.
So what I can tell people without giving away too much, and for those of you on the behind the scenes area of our Patreon, you've probably already heard all of the demos. I dropped like 4 new vocal demos today. A lot of them were like little tweaks. And we have every song, like, lyrics are written, demoed out, except for the last song on the album. We're still working on that one, but everything else is kind of, you know, at least at a point where, you know, it's not done per se, but it's like, it's at a pretty good point where it's close to finished, I think, in some respects. There are a number of these songs we still haven't played together as a band yet, just because, you know, of the situation we find ourselves in. But we've been trading demos back and forth online. Yeah, Sean said last song will be a 43-minute epic. It's like, no. But I saw Brett
42:30.
Yeah, sorry. We got to make sure it fits on at least one LP, so, you know.
I feel like this album, like, we not revealing too much, but Brent, I think it was you that like looked at all the tempos, and it's a pretty zippy driving album. Like, it's pretty high tempos.
Yeah, I think for the people that have complained, and there's been very few people that have done this, but the people that have complained in the past of like, oh, Lords of the Trident, you know, I wish they would do something faster, or like Kill the Die. They always do so many mid-tempo stuff. Come on, man. Mid-tempo stuff is fun, and we love it, and that's kind of what we do, so whatever. But B, we're not doing it this time. I guess it's going to be a lot faster, so your wish is our command, I suppose, you know?
A lot of 170s.
I was going to say 170, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on Shadows from the Past, we had 2 songs that were at 160 and a song at 200 and a song at 206. So, I mean,
yeah.
4 out of 10.
Reaper's Hourglass is 176.
Okay, yeah, so 5 out of 10 above. That's.
I think I would say a lot of people. I think it's safe to assume that a lot of people who are listening to this podcast right now have heard Charlatan. That is 184 or 6.
86.
I think 186. So I mean, we're giving you a little more thrash.
Yep, it's gonna be. There's gonna be some fast guitar work going on there. So yeah, Brent, I will say that I took your advice and I put the album like in order based on the demos that we have out there, and I listened through to it, and I had the same reaction listening through the album that I did when we got to a point at Frostburn where like everything was kind of recorded and you know, and you could like sit down and kind of listen to the album front to back. And that was oh my God, this is garbage. And I feel like that's a good sign, because usually when I get to that point of like, why am I even doing this? This is horrible. I don't think anybody's gonna like this. I think time has told me that when that is my reaction, it's usually a good thing. Like, and people end up really liking the album. So
great sale tie.
Hey, Danny Garcia, $10. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Everybody drink. Thank you, Danny.
Thanks, Danny. I think it's actually pretty good. There's a lot of songs I'm excited about.
It's actually pretty good. This is my Hyde mug.
Ooh.
But there is red wine in this, so.
All right.
Cheers. Thank you, Danny.
And this is my measuring glass. Thank you, man.
Aki's having a all the dishes are dirty day, I guess.
Yeah. Is that why you were gone so long when I was talking about ham?
Couldn't find the glass.
Maybe yes.
But no, I you know, there are, I am also like secretly excited about this album, but I don't want to. I want to like try not to be. I don't want to try to get my expectations up again. You know, I want to try to like keep them pretty. Like, okay, maybe somebody will like this. You know, Larry will be like, "Hey, it's pretty good." You know.
Well, it's dark. It's different. It's a little bit sad, a little bit creepy. It's new. I hesitate to give much away beyond that too. I guess, you know, you're just gonna have to see what it's like when it all comes together.
Yeah. There are definitely some songs on there that I think are like some of the catchiest melodies that we've ever written, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You know, it's funny. I think, Brian, I would have used the same adjective too. Dark was the first thing I thought, but I also think the choruses are really. There's a lot of, you know, catchy, memorable choruses. Yeah, I like how this album's sounding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Larry, best drinking song. I think the best drinking song is going to be the opening track. Because it's almost kind of, there's a German beer hall, like, not, I don't want to say like call and return part of it, but maybe it's kind of like that a little bit.
It has a character of that sort of thing for sure.
Yeah.
Like the kind of just the main riff of it is definitely kind of rowing the Viking ship, swinging the tankard, so to speak. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, oh man, I hesitate to, like, right now in this point, I'm not sure exactly which song is my favorite, but there's a couple of standout ones that I'm just like, ooh, this one's good. This gonna be good, you know. So yeah, I'm excited about where it's at. And I've gotten to the point of despair, so I think that's a good point, you know. Where you look at it and you're like, this is trash and garbage and no one should ever listen to it. Historically, that's been a good thing. So I also realized that I did all this work today on all of these vocal demos, and I sent them to you guys, and I posted them to the Behind the Scenes Patreon. And I mentioned something to you guys of like, oh, I made some very minor lyric changes for Champion. And it's not enough to like re-record a demo. And I went in there and as I was putting the album together and like listening to all the demos, I realized that I haven't the new vocal line that we've been working on and practicing for like months. I never recorded. So like I should probably actually go in and like record the version that we're doing now instead of the old version. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess for those of you out there in podcast land, I guess if you've heard the original, the vocal melody has undergone a bit of a revision in the last, since when did we really dig into that? Like July, August?
Yeah, something like
Once
that.
Again, time is a fake construct at this point.
Yeah.
I can't tell how much time has gone by since anything anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's somewhere around there, but yeah, I will make it my journey tomorrow or sometime this week to redo a version that reflects the version that we're doing right now, just so that people kind of have an idea
Yeah.
of that. And I will say that this is mostly for you guys and less for the podcast audience, but I am very open to like minor tweaks of melody lines if you think, and I think I'm specifically looking in Brian's direction here of like if there's something that musically would make more sense for like the underlying melody to tweak certain notes here and there. I mean, I'm 100% open to that, but
there's in general, I think what I would put out to everybody is there's still a lot of work to do. We have a ton of rehearsing to do, and everything is still a bit nebulous.
Mhm.
We have refining and things to do. There's also this interesting concept of like you do a demo, and for the most part the demo works well. But sometimes, like going from demo to real people, something changes, and it gets a little different.
Yep.
And and every song kind of has to go through that kind of coming of age as well, I think.
Oh.
Where some every once in a while something I'll do in a demo just doesn't really quite fit, or it doesn't switch over to being played by real people for whatever reason, and then it ends up being just a little different.
Yep.
But we'll see. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of stuff to go through. We have revisions to make and parts to refine and lots to do.
Yeah.
And I guess what I would implore everyone is, it's kind of like the whole world is on hold right now, so to speak. From here in Dane County, it feels that way.
It definitely does.
So we're chopping away at it. We are chopping away, and we will get there hopefully sooner than later.
Yep.
So,
hey, Patthew Meterson gave us $20. Drink, my lords. Thank you, Patthew Meterson.
Thank you. Cheers.
thank you, dude.
I believe Patthew, quote unquote, aka Matthew, is the guy who has the death metal ice cream truck that you've probably seen. I don't know, Aki, I don't know if you've seen that on Reddit, but like the guy that drives around in the death metal ice cream truck that doesn't have any ice cream. Yeah, that's him.
Death metal ice cream truck, sans
Right.
ice cream.
You know how credulous I am, Ty. Are you telling the truth? Really?
I am. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I guess he likes us, so that's great. We're liked by a celebrity.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I will to get back on topic here, I'll echo what Brian said. I'm feeling good about about where we're at in terms of the writing process, and I feel like we can start to, we're not going to rush into this, but I feel like sooner rather than later we're going to be at the point where we're going to all kind of look at each other and go like, all right, let's start to lay some of this down for realsies. Obviously, as soon as we can get back together in a safe way, in an environment that allows us to be, in the same space in a safe way. And yeah, and like Brian said,
that's not in violation of any
health order. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with you 100% that there are things, there's a lot of stuff in this song that we need to play them together. And I was just telling Brett this too earlier. It's like we need to get together in a room and play these songs a couple of times, and we'll happen upon things that we're like, oh, we should probably do this little tweak this way before we set it down in stone and cement it forever. So it's coming, and I think, I'm hopeful that looking at the timeline of humanity and the fight against COVID, I guess, I am hopeful that we will be, I think we're going to be recording in early 2021, early to mid 2021, I'd say. and I'm hopeful that we should be able to get this sucker out in 2021 at some point, probably later, fall, something like that. But I mean, I like where it's at, and I think it's some of the strongest material we've come up with so far. I hope other people do too. Clearly I've listened through the whole thing and I hate it, so it's probably great. Claymore, whack whack. That is the sound of the police. Whack whack, everybody. Drink. That's the sound.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think it's really echoing it, like strong material, one of our strongest immature writing, and but I think too, what you guys echoed as well is it's a process, and even if Brian, who I appreciate, makes guitar pros or PDFs, and we can work on that. It's he touched on it well, that like we a lot of times we meet up and we play the song and we find that we need to make little adjustments, or just even we find that one way works better than another or whatever. So honestly, I feel on average it probably takes us 3 practices, maybe 4, to get a song comfortably down and whatnot. And so yeah, it's definitely a process, and I think all of us are committed to never releasing a song that we have like a bunch of doubts about. And so yeah, I think your timeline's pretty accurate, like given the rate at which we do things, and that there aren't we aren't doing shows really, as yeah, I would say first half of 2021.
Yeah, and I also feel I feel really bad for the bands that are releasing CDs or released CDs or had CD releases planned or tours planned, like when COVID hit. I think I want to be mindful of that as we're coming out of this, to make sure that once we can release the CD, we can do it at a point where then we can say, like, because we had a West Coast tour planned. So maybe we can release it at a point where we can say, okay, we're releasing the CD, and hey, next month we're gonna redo that West Coast tour. Maybe we can go out and actually have a CD, tour release thing planned or something. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Larry said Mad with Power CD release. Larry, I did that at Mad with Power 2018, and it almost killed me. I will never do that again. I will absolutely never ever do that again, because I have to keep track of literally everything and all the prizes and everything for Mad with Power, and then I also at the same time have to do all the stuff for, like, maybe if we do a Kickstarter, all the stuff for the people on the Patreon, make sure everybody's picking up their prize packages. No, I like there have been only 3 times in my life where I legitimately thought to myself, I'm going to quit this band. I'm going to shut everything down. I'm going to stop doing this band. I can't do this anymore. And Mad with Power 2018 at the end of the night was one of them. Thankfully, I woke up the next morning and I vacuumed the whole house, and then I felt better. So it was all good. Yeah. Matthew says, delegate, dude. It's like, I try. I really do. I do, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Brian, you're gonna say something, I think, right?
Maybe.
All right.
I don't remember.
Aki, you look like you're gonna
Couldn't have
say
been too
something.
important.
Oh no, I feel bad saying this, but I think part of it, Ty, please take this as a compliment, is I think a lot of these things you're way better than us at. Everything from making amazing visuals with the videos you do, not just like our music videos, power converter, whatever you do, the way you like organizing with Mad with Power, etc. Like, I think just you excel at it so much that like we can help you, but I don't think we could ever be able to do what you can to your standard.
Yeah, I also think that I have a bit of a iron fisted grip over the world complex, where it's like, Ty Corp, iron fist. yeah, I'm doing my best to recognize. I'm doing my best to recognize when I need to let things go, and I'm trying my best to do so. So that's all I got to say on that topic. Brian, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine.
The floor, Jansen, is yours.
No
Go for
way.
Nightwish.
Are we wrapping up right now, or?
I sorry. I saw a thing that said you said, "Oh, when this is done," meaning the TRIDENTcast. Oh, and so, like, I know you tried to send that privately, but it popped up on my screen, so everybody saw it. Ah!
Really?
Yeah. Well, we should probably wrap it up. It's getting.
I thought I put it in our private chat.
Well, you did.
This went out in the main chat.
Well, no. You did, but like my screen is the thing that is broadcasting to to like YouTube and Twitch. So it's it's okay. It's all right. It's you didn't know. It's fine. It's okay. So guys,
Well, I'm thankful I just talked shit about everybody, right?
I'm
No,
just kidding.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, Brent said boobs. What's going on, Brent? Oh, no.
See, I didn't see that. I didn't see boobs. I see no boobs.
Well, guys, if you want to see boobs, make sure Make sure to tune in on Saturday for the quarantine karaoke. I can't guarantee boobs, but I will guarantee a good ass time. There's going to be costume changes. There's going to be drinking. There's going to be charity work. It's going to be great. So tune in right here, twitch.tv/Lords of the Trident, youtube.com/Lords of the Trident, redtube.com/PornFXMortis. Anywhere you go, you will find our drunken karaoke stream. That's coming up on Saturday. Remember, we got an album release coming out on Friday. I hope, if I get the cover art back. So more to come on that. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. The last word of the night goes to the man, the myth, the legend. We call him the Hammer, Brett Walter. You're muted. You're muted.
You mute your microphone. You're supposed to say something, people. And
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.